Hello everyone, hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. So here we have another video of another radio. It's going to list on eBay here in the next day or two, maybe even this evening. So it's going to be a several part video because there's many aspects of this radio that I want to put in the demonstration. I just want to show on this one because I've got conditions and I've got it connected over into my antenna right now, but I wanted to show that it not only is it a beautiful radio, it's had some modifications done. It's a perfectly working radio. It's got a little bit of dust just sitting here. I took it out a little while ago. But anyways, these lights look a little blue, but they're actually not. They're white. That's one of the mods that's been done to this radio, is the keypad has been changed to white. It goes from nothing to low, medium, high. Yeah. But I wanted to show that it's a working radio. I just turned it on a few minutes ago. So it's a little bit off frequency right now, but these radios, this particular one, once it warms up, man, this thing is solid. So this radio was originally set up by Trucks CB Radio. Brian over at Trucks set this radio up. It still has his tags on it. Right in there, you may see them. After the fact that he set it up, it's had some other things done to it. Now I do have the handles. They're not on right now because I'm going to pull this cover off to give you all the inside view here shortly. It's got a high cut switch on the back, and it's got a fan for the fan kit. It's got a switch on the back for the fans. The fans have their own power cord going to the power supply that's inside. And then the power supply has also been upgraded. So the power supply is a smaller, lighter, mean well power supply. And I'll show you everything as far as the insides go. It's got some step-down converters inside to power the fans, to separate it from the radio power that goes into the chassis, the actual radio, the PCB. And then it's had another fan added back here. I'll show you. That was added on right there, because this radio here, once it would warm up with the power supply that used to be in it, it'd get good and warm, and it would go off frequency, especially once that power supply would kick on and off. This power supply that's in it runs much cooler, so it's got that fan back here now that maintains your temperature inside, so stabilize the frequency, so once it's warmed up, everything lines out, and it stays there. Any of you who know me knew I ran this radio all the spring, earlier this spring, when the DX was going really nice. Nothing but compliments, and I may put some descriptions to some of the videos when I was talking to this radio. Outstanding performing radio. It's a loud sucker. I mean, it is loud. So, but I wanted to demonstrate while I had it on here before I pull the covers all the way off, and we've got conditions. I had a chance. I was like, I better go ahead and show how well this thing receives, because it's got an amazing receiver, but it's a Ranger, so you had a lot of that white hiss, that really high hiss. That's where this, I'll turn it off and demonstrate it for you. I'll show you. There's with the high cut off. There's the high cut on. Noticeable difference. The radio is clean as could be. I mean, this thing is clean. It's got a little bitty spot right here. You can have another one right here, and this is how it came from Ranger. But you can not even notice them. Faceplate doesn't have a scratch or ding on it. The covers are super clean. It's got a little bit of dust in it from being out here. And I'll show you the back of it. Like I said, this is going to be a video compiled of several different pieces of video as I go through this thing. I've got the original box. I've got the outer box that the original box came in. I've got, the only thing I can't find is the owner manual. But I may come up with it before I list this radio. But I wanted to make a good video on it and show everything that's been done to it. And again, I wanted to show that it receives.
Up there, and all the jumpers are LMR 900 is here in the shack. I got a 9 on you, loud and proud. Nobody around you.
You see, it's starting to warm up, so the frequency clarifier will wind up in the center here once it's getting warm. And it's really cold out today, so I just kicked the heat on in here where my my garage station is, so it's going to take a while to warm up, so that's not going to help matters either. But once you get this thing, it's a base, so once you get this thing in your house and you power this thing on for, I don't know, say 10 minutes or so, maybe less, once it stabilizes, your frequency, or your clarifier will be right on the center, and man, you can talk on this thing all day long, and it's going to stay right there. Outstanding radio. Why do I want to get rid of it? Well, I've got too many radios, and this sucker here is a big honking radio. I mean, it's a beast. When you put the handles on it, I mean, they're about this far out. And it's not only wide, but it's deep. I wish that I could accommodate this on my station inside, but I've got another setup. You guys have seen in some of my other videos that I run in there, and I'm just going to stick with that. I can run more equipment on my station desk. That way, if I run this guy here, it just takes a lot of space. But it's been sitting since late in the spring. I took it down and put some other radios in there, and well, I have it. Beautiful, beautiful radio. So that's the reason it's going to go. Aside from that, it's a beautiful radio. I may drag this video on. Some of you may think it's too long, but I want to show every aspect. I'm going to sell something like this. It's like all my other radios. I want to give a good, clear description. I want you to see what you're going to buy. This on-air light threw me off when I first got this radio. It comes on when you key. It doesn't come on when you turn the radio on. When you key down, it's whenever that light comes on. So there you go. It's good. I mean, look at that. Look at that bezel. It's a beautiful radio. I love the sound of these Rangers. So once you get that high hiss down, man, they have a really nice quality receiver. Soft. I guess I could describe it as a soft. Not quite as harsh as some of these newer radios. These like I'm running in the base, now on my primary station. So anyway, this piece of video will be clipped into another video. I've gone on almost 10 minutes now, so I'll cut this short. I'll pull the covers off this thing. I'll show you all the insides, the back of the radio, what's been done to it. The truck's radio did the alignment and set up this radio originally, and I didn't touch any of that when I did all these other modifications. It's still the way truck set it up, and I'm not going to touch it. I don't think anybody needs to touch it. It works great. So anyhow, I'll do a inside view of it for you guys. The rear of the radio, I'll put it all back together, put the covers back on, and then I will show you the transmit. Now I'm not going to transmit this antenna that I've got in my secondary out here in my my garage shack. This antenna, it's a dipole in the attic, and it's not going to handle what this radio can put out. So I'm not going to do a transmit test over the air, but I'll do one into the dummy load. The dummy load will handle the power easy. So I'll show you what the power, AM, sideband, lower sideband, all that good stuff. Again, okay everyone, we're back now with another clip of this Ranger RCI-2995DXCF. There you go. There's the back side of it. I'll try to get this thing to zoom in. So there's the switches. You can see here's your rear fans are off. There's your on. That's got a DC buck converter inside to slow these fans down, because the way they come from the factory, this jack right here is wired directly into the 12 volts off of the radio chassis. These things are loud and it's unnecessary. They don't need to be. You're not going to ever get that amplifier that hot that they need to run full speed. So inside, about right in here on the inside rail, there's a buck converter. So the fans have been the fan power has been brought from the power supply across over into the buck converter into the fans, back to this jack here, wired into the switch. So it's not connected directly to the radio power anymore, like it comes from the factory. So it's got its own power. One thing to remember on these, because it's on a buck converter, you have to make sure that this is off before you ever unplug these. So you have to turn your fans off. Aside from that, here's your high cut filter. Is right here on this switch. Up is on. And this is the other fan that was put in to stabilize the temperature inside of the radio, inside of the cabinet there. This thing generates a lot of heat with that power supply. So what it would do is, the heat boxes up inside the cabinet, and temperatures fluctuate up and down. The fan comes on, gets hotter, so your frequency was all over the place. Put that upgraded power supply in there that I'll get to in another section of the video here, and brought the temperature down to where we could, with this fan right here, it pulls air out. It stabilizes the temperature inside the cabinet. So once this thing warms up, 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so, it's rock solid, man. I ran it that way for a little while, for several months. Outstanding radio. Again, this one came from trucks. As you can see, there's the stickers. I didn't want to cut them whenever we went back inside to do them other modifications, so I just lightly pulled them off. I still had enough adhesive to stick back on, so there they are. Trucks, Brian over at Trucks did an amazing job with this radio. We just had to add to it. So anyhow, I told you I'd show you the back of the radio. There it is. Everything was nicely done. It's not all hacked up. I'm not a technician. I'm not. I'm a modifier, if you want to call it that. And you'll see my work once we get inside. I'm pretty meticulous about how I do these things. I mean, I went as far as to measure the distance up and down to make sure these two switches were, level with each other. I don't like hack jobs. I don't like nasty work like that. And you'll see once we get inside and I show you a little bit more of what I've done to this radio. So it's powered on still because I want this radio to be stable whenever I showed it. So I didn't want to unplug the power, so it's still on. It just doesn't have an antenna hooked up to it. Sorry about this, guys. I'm doing this with one hand and holding the camera, so excuse me. Anyhow, I just want to show you the rear view while I had it. While I had her rear view facing me, so you can see that backside of her. Yeah, beautiful radio. I'll be back with another clip. Okay, I just had to come back. The DX was coming in really nice.
And I can't get a straight shot at the basket, 749.
Just wanted you to hear it. That I was doing this video here. It's almost making me regret wanting to list this radio because it's the RF gain is another thing. Trucks did an amazing job with the receive. This thing. I've got a lot of noise around here. I've got some neighbors with some solar panels that I've got to constantly fight their noise with. I can turn this thing down to about half there to bring that noise level down.
So 187 Texas, we'll say 70 Tuesday. It's sounding good, right, Joe?
Outstanding receive. Anyway, I plugged the antenna back in. It's sounding really good. I just wanted to show. The more I show, like I said, the more I'm starting to regret wanting to send this one down to somebody else, man. I'll be back for more. Okay, so we're back again now with the inside. I told you I was going to show you what all's been done to this radio. So here's your. I told you nothing's been done. There's no hack job done on this thing. I don't. It's your high cut, and it's wired in with an actual connector into the board like it's supposed to be. It's not just something slapped on there, slobbered on there with a nasty solder job. Here's your upgraded power supply right there. It's a it's a thinner profile. It's a little bit better supply than what comes in these. Produces very little heat. So there you have it. This converter here, it's tucked off inside there. That one, if I get this thing to, there we go. That one there, it controls this fan back here. That's the fan that's been added there. You can see it. That's the fan that was added there. It's got its own power supply. Everything comes off of the actual power supply banks there. And this one, that one there, is the one. This one controls your fan speeds back here because, like I mentioned before, those were the way they're wired in from the factory. They're actually wired in right around here, around this capacitor. Well, if I can get around here. On each sides of that diode right there is where your fan is wired in. So it's got its own power supply. Going to the fan here, as you can see, here's your fan, fan on off. If I can keep this thing to. Fan speed thing is quiet. The fan you're hearing right now is a little space heater I got running in the back. But it's as clean as a brand new one you're going to buy. I mean, this thing is not only clean but upgraded, right? It's got a lot of upgrades versus what you get with one that's just got an alignment on it. Like I said, all this was aligned and tuned by Brian at Truck CV. So the other enhancements have been done to it, but were not done by Brian. So anyway, guys, here's you another look at the 2995DXCF here. Outstanding radio. Like I told you guys earlier, this is the more I go into this video, the less I want to get rid of this thing. It's a beautiful radio, especially after looking inside here. So, all right, we'll be back with more here in just a little bit. I'm gonna put the covers back on, put the handles back on, show you what it's gonna be like when it arrives to you, whoever purchases. Then I'll do some power tests to show you show you what it'll do. Actually, when I come back, I'll show you another picture of the back. So on the cover, there's a lip here that screws into the back of the cabinet here. These switches are actually labeled. So I'll show you that in the next run. We'll be back. Okay, there's one more upgrade I forgot to mention to you guys. So on the underside of this board, I'm not going to pull the bottom cover off, but on the underside of this board, where the power comes from the power supply back off into the main chassis of the board, these radios were wired direct from the power supply over to back over to the board. Of course, everything's switched up here. Your board comes on with your main power supply power. When you hit your power switch, it turns on your power supply, which in turn turns on your radio inside. But they were wired direct. So what happened in a lot of cases, we saw this in past years, if you ever popped a MOSFET inside your amplifier section here, it could potentially wipe out your CPU on your main board, which, you know, that's a big deal. So to prevent that from happening, the fix is to install a inline fuse from the power supply back over into the main PCB where it feeds the main board, and it's got a fuse in there to protect it from that. So if your amplifier section ever pops a MOSFET, instead of popping or sending a current down here where it's not supposed to go, when it shorts into your main circuit board, it'll pop that fuse and save your board, save your radio, from further damage. So at that point, it's pretty simple, because it's not impossible to pop a MOSFET in that in that amp assembly on the board. So you start showing too much standing wave to these things, and they'll that's a potential there, to pop a MOSFET in that amplifier section. So anyway, I forgot to mention that in the last little clip I did of the inside of this thing, and I remembered just as I was getting ready to put the covers on. And rather than take the bottom cover off, I may I don't know, tap a somewhere in this video, I think I took pictures of when I actually did that work, and I'll post that in there as well. Stick that the picture in there. But anyway, I just want to make mention of that. I said I want to show everything that's been done, so you know exactly what you're getting. Anyway, we'll be back for more. All right, everyone, let me bring you back to another little clip here. Here's your labels for your switches. They're on the cover, so in the previous video, or the previous section of the video I showed you, they weren't on there because they're on the lid. So I got it all buttoned back up together, got the handles on. This thing turn around here, and I'm getting ready to fire this thing up for you. There it is with the handles. This is the finished product. There you go. It's definitely a beauty. So we'll be back here. Shortly with a demonstration of the power and the functions. All right, everyone, here we are. Hopefully with the last piece of the video for this radio here, the 2995DXCF. I've got a 6-to-4 adapter here that is mine. It is not going to come with the radio, and I'm using just a regular stock dynamic type microphone, just a in fact, kind of like an OEM. But trying to get this, I'm doing this one-handed. The stock mic is right there. It's an SRA, what is it, a 158 UD, up down with the switches on the side. It's never been used. So I'm going to give you just a quick demonstration of the power. There we are, power all the way down. It's in the 20, let's go to 20 watts. Go. So power all the way down, about 4.5 watts there. It's picking up my voice. 4.5 watts all the way down. So all the way down, like I said, Brian at Trucks really set this up nice. Audio 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Audio, look at that, about 100, shoot, almost 170 watts there on low. Audio, that is impressive, and it sounds fantastic, guys. I mean, it just sounds fantastic. Let's see here. Let's roll this thing all the way up. We're in AM. Okay, just so you know, we're in AM mode. AM, let's see what it does. Audio 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Audio 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that, about 170. I mean, that's fantastic. It just is. So let me change this over here to. Okay. Now we're going to go over here into upper sideband. When I was running this radio on the air, I ran it about here, right about half, and it did fantastic. It's mic gain up. Here we go. Audio 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Audio 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Audio, look at that, about 165, 170. Audio 1, 2. There you go. Oh, and I told you about this. Audio 1, 2, 3. There's your on-air light when you key down. That's in sideband. Lower sideband, upper sideband, doesn't matter. You know, I don't think I ever even checked what this thing does on FM. I guess we could find out. Turn that all the way down. FM. So down. About 4 watts. Let's roll that up. I don't know. I've never tried the FM. I think about it. Don't use it. All the way up about 45 watts, which is what it is with it. Dead keys on high on AM. So there you have it, guys. I mean, it's a fantastic radio. It's got a bit of dust on it again. Beautiful, beautiful radio. I mean, it's just a beautiful radio. Got some glares on it here from it's not a scratch, it's just a glare from the light. So 2 little nicks right here. There's another one over here somewhere, and right in here. And it was like that when it came out of the box new. So that's just what you get. But it's a beautiful radio. I ran it in VFO. It was a sideband radio for me. That's where she lived. So again, brand new mic. It's right there. It'll come with that. Matter of fact, I'll come back so I can show you the box that it comes in. So pretty much all I've got to add to this video. I'm going to put this up on eBay. If anybody's interested, before I get it listed, this video will probably go up before I list it on eBay, and then once I get it listed on eBay, I'll add the link to this video. But in the meantime, if anybody is interested, before I get it up on eBay there, just shoot me a message. Now, I'm not going to accept returns, guys. I don't. Only because, and there's some dishonest folks out there. So, if you bought from me before through one of the forums, you know what you're going to get. It's if you bought from me on eBay, you can look at my feedback. I'm an honest guy. I really try to be as honest as I can. And that's why I went through the trouble of even opening this thing up to show you, because I want you to see exactly what you're going to get. Anyway, I may add another little clip at the end of this to show you the box, the inner box. There's two boxes, inner box and outer box. And then that's pretty much going to be it. I'll be back. Alright guys, there's your box. That's your inner box. Right there. That's the one that's going to come in inside of the outer box. And that's it in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back. Alright guys, there's your outer box. I know it looks a little rough, but it's just the outer box. That's pretty much going to conclude my video of the Ranger 2995 DXCF. Right there. So, any questions, comments? Let me know. Put a towel over this guy. Beautiful radio. Hope I didn't bore you guys too terribly bad. Just wanted to make sure you got all the details. So, 7-3 everyone.